No scripts, no cap, just real life trips. Grab the mic, hit record, let it rip. This that's wild. Where we go live. No leash, no filter. Yeah, we outside. No scripts, no cap, just real life trips. Grab the mic, hit record, let it rip. It's the That's Wild podcast. No cup, uncensored, unapologetic. Like a That's Wild. It's the That's Wild podcast. No cup, uncensored, unapologetic. Like a That's Wild.
Hey, you already know what time it is. The prime time hour just hit. That's why our podcast going live all up in your face. You know what I'm talking about? I'm your boy Tito Is. My man E always with me. E, so what's up, bro?
What's poppin'? Yo, you got that music blasting today. Feel like we're in the club or something.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, we got to get it going live, man. You know it. We got a very special guest today. Man, we got that Henessy Williams, South Florida's own. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, E, I think we should let him in, bro.
Bring him in. What we waiting for? Oh, shit. Yo.
What's up?
What's poppin', man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm out here trying to get my lighting right. I'm glad I tried. I see my man up here. He's got the studio set up. I see you with your beautiful backdrop. I'm always on the move, so I got to do this with colored lights I bought from Walmart.
Yo, that's dedication right there, though.
Absolutely.
Where you at right now?
Good, man.
Well, I'm in my crib. I'm home. I'm in the home base. Yeah, I'm in between. I'm about to start traveling real soon again, but I was home for this week, so that's where you guys caught me.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't know if you were on the road somewhere. You were just in a hotel, so you had to go get them lights real quick. I was like, damn.
Yeah. I've always had the lights. It's funny. These are just my house lights. I'm a believer in like being able to change the color of the lights in any room in your home. I just think that's dope. Yeah, man. Sometimes you just want to see blue all over the room. So I got that. I got it throughout the house, and I'm really happy about it. What's funny is I also have like the studio stuff because my girl, my fiance Darlene, she does photography, videography, and all this stuff. And over the years, we've accumulated a whole bunch of equipment that I actually have like studio lights on me too. It's kind of crazy. It's just the backdrop ain't worth a damn because it's my
Hey, we ain't paying attention to the backdrop. We paying attention to the conversation. You all good. You look good from here.
I'm in the foreground. All right, this is what I can't. This is what I wore chains for. Look at this.
There you go.
All right.
Appreciate you joining us, boss. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you having me.
So are you in Miami? Is that where your homestead is?
That's my home base in terms of cities where I do stand-up comedy. My house is in Fort Lauderdale because Miami's too expensive. That's the big secret, all right? People in Miami ain't gonna tell you they actually live in Plantation. The people that's the big secret. It's very expensive, man. Real estate is not easy to come by. So yeah, but it's a good quick drive. So I'm there. So when people say, "Are you a Miami comedian?" Yes. Get in my face. Yes.
Hey, I live in Bradenton, but I consider myself a Tampa comedian. So I say I'm a Tampa Bay comedian. I used to live in Coral Springs when I was like 13 to 15.
Okay, so you know a little bit of the area. You remember some of that. Yeah, especially at 13, because that's when you start deciding if you want to be in trouble. So you start learning about your city.
It was fun down there. I did like it down there.
All right, nice.
T, you got some questions?
Man, one question I did want to ask, because I just saw your comedy special, bro. And it was awesome.
McCurdy.
I just want to say the production on that was amazing, bro.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
I have to say, hey, I tip my hat to you, bro. That was awesome.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the team at Open Bar Comedy who helped me put it together. We collabed on this, got it right. It's a beautiful special. And if you haven't had a chance to watch, I'm going to plug this shit all night. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, please watch my special on YouTube. I'm really proud of it. It's great comedy. Please check it out.
Yes, sir. Hey, the way it was put together, bro, I mean, man, like I said, I'm tipping my hat because I thought it was like an HBO special, bro. Like the presentation was amazing.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Multi-cameras, all that. You know something about professional displays, and that's what this was. This was a professional display.
That's why I was blown away by it, man. It looked amazing.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
Yo, as soon as you start talking about all those old white people in that place, I was like, that's Sarasota right there.
That's my crowd. You see, here's the thing people don't understand. I've done comedy in Florida for so long that a lot of my audience sometimes is old white people. And I'm like, how did you get here? Oh, yeah, that's right. You live here.
Florida. The best
Yeah,
waiting room
man.
in Florida.
Yeah, it's one of those crazy things because old white people got the money to come out and buy tickets. Young folk can buy tickets too, but they picking between sitting down and watching stand up or drinking alcohol or possibly getting some coochie. So a lot of them, unless it's you know what I mean, unless it's a big old thing, they're gonna go to that. So I appreciate everybody, but shout out to them old white folks that watched my special and were part of that taping process.
That's awesome, man. Hell yeah.
Yo, they have an open mic at McCurdy's, but it literally takes 2 months. Like you sign up, you got to wait 2 months. That's how many people sign up. It's only once a week, and you get 10 slots, and that's it. They don't do any more.
Wow.
And
Damn.
but it's good because there's a show beforehand, and a lot of times they come out of that show, they stick around, and there's all those old white people. Man, they just come out for the open mic constantly. That place is like a great room, just for an open mic. It's great.
That I imagine that's why you can put people through that, waiting in a long line of comedians to get on for once a week and all that, because that high reward of a solid room to try out stuff. I remember when I was first starting comedy, there was a place called the Funky Buddha out in Boca Raton, Florida. This room was legendary in terms of the local comedy scene. People from all over South Florida would come over and perform in that room. And I remember when I walked in, it was my first time seeing comedy at like my local level, but it felt important. People was in the room excited. Everybody was anticipating the next person about to perform. It was an insane environment. And this was an all arts open mic. I was blown away by this feeling, and it got me immediately hooked because I think that was the third place I ever did stand-up comedy. Was
man.
the Funky? Yeah, man. That place was legendary in our circles. Legendary.
So what was the first spot you did?
First spot I ever did comedy was at a place called Awana Kava Bar, because in Florida it's very common to perform in a kava bar. That's part of the social fabric. Is kava bars.
Rough, it's a little rough at the kava places.
Listen, they're former addicts. You got to give them grace. When we get there, I go in there and I perform. And what's funny is that wasn't supposed to be my first night of doing comedy. My first night of doing comedy was supposed to be the next night where all my friends were going to come and support me. But I lied to them and performed the night before because I wanted a real reading. And so I remember when I walked in there, I just was like, you got 3 sentences, make them last, be funny, be fun. And I walked out there with all the confidence in the world. Didn't know stand-up comedy, was just a fan of stand-up comedy, but I hadn't practiced, you know what I mean? So I'm glad it went all right. Nowadays, I would say it was a C+ version of what I do now. And I was like, all right, that's what you need. Because when you get the Fs right out the gate, a lot of people fall off. A lot of people fall off when they get that 100%. F out the gate.
That's rough, though, to get that F, though, man. That has to be rough on your whole damn self-esteem, man. Like,
it does. It is. For the first one, when you watch that, woo, because it's like the kid who goes out for football and turns out he's more of a reader.
Damn,
that contact is rough.
I would have been screwed because if I'm not good at football, I can't read. So I'm just like, what am I doing now?
You got CTE before the game. That's crazy.
I got CTE coming out of my mom.
Oh my God.
It was a bumpy
he hit
ass
his head on the
ride.
way out. That's crazy.
That's good shit.
Yo, it's funny though that you thought to yourself you didn't want your friends there because you wanted to get an honest reaction, because a lot of people wouldn't think that right away. What they would think is, I don't want my friends there because I'm going to be embarrassed. But you just wanted an honest reaction. That's crazy that you thought about that.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what happens when you start comedy later in your life. I was over 25. If I would have been 18, I would have been like, everybody come out. We're launching into stardom. And I want you all to be a part of the journey.
The ambition was thick back then.
Oh my God. When you're 18 and you do stand up, you're like, this is it, guys. See you later, losers. See you in Hollywood.
I'm going to be famous.
I'm going to be famous.
Yo,
man, that's awesome.
I started at 47, so I'm like,
Okay, yeah, okay.
man, I got to start. I got to run the whole time. I got to catch up.
You didn't tell people you were doing comedy until about 2 weeks after you started. You're like, by the way,
I gotta give it up to y'all, man. Y'all are brave to get up on stage and take shots like that. Cause wow, dude, I don't think I could do that, man. Really, honestly, from my heart, I don't think I could do it.
Well, I appreciate you thanking us for our service because we are definitely soldiers in this lifestyle, man.
I try to tell Tito, I told him a few times, I was like, dude, just go to a mic and try it out. Because Tito likes talking shit, okay? It's that little bit of stage kind of fright, whatever. But I tell him, if you get over it, Tito loves talking shit. And I think he would be all right. You just got to get over that first. You got to get that icebreaker out the way.
Oh,
go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
Like, I don't mind singing. Singing ain't nothing, bro. You know what I mean? Getting on stage and singing, that's because you know the song, but like trying to get laughs out of people, like, bro, that's hard.
Yeah, I want less people in this joint. All right. Don't listen to him. Stay your ass at home.
Hell yeah.
Stay out these streets. Please.
Everybody's doing comedy nowadays.
The traffic is thick, boy. It's taking a minute to get where we trying to go. Everybody in this bitch.
Bro, yeah, you're talking about my first time I did I started 2 years ago. Actually, the first place I did it was Sunshine, the open mic. But right before the pandemic, I actually did do about 5 mics. And my first place I did was at McCurdy's open mic for the first time. And talk about eating a bag of dicks. Like, Tito even seen it because I was streaming live on Twitter at the time. You could do that back then in Periscope.
Right, right. I remember Periscope for sure.
Dude, it was crazy. It was the worst feeling of my life being up there. No one's laughing, but literally the next morning, I emailed them, explained what happened, and said, I want to go back next week. And I went back up the next week.
Wow, you got the F and you kept going. Okay.
It gave me drive. I was like, screw this. And I changed my whole setup. I was like, I'm going to get away from that. That was weird.
All right. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. As a matter of fact, I have a question. How much stand-up were you doing before the pandemic? Like, how long were you in it?
No, like I said, I did literally 5 open mics, and then pretty much the pandemic popped off.
And so everything you know about comedy basically is after the pandemic. See, there's a fundamental difference, I feel like, between people I know who started comedy before the pandemic and after it. It was completely different worlds a little bit, and just like how you approached stand-up, what it meant to you, all this stuff. Because before the pandemic, everybody was just kind of like, okay, I got this going on. You started to do these long-term plans. Then the pandemic hit, and all of a sudden, everyone had questions on whether or not they could even do stand-up.
Ever again, yeah.
Ever again. And so, you start learning things, and when you're a post-pandemic stand-up comic, a part of your journey is inherently the digital space.
Yeah.
Because that's when everyone was really focused in and started doing content and focusing on the internet stuff. And yeah, there was people years before that, Kevin Hart's and the Dane Cooks, but the pandemic is another one of those fork in the roads for everybody. Yeah. It was a worldwide event. It changed everyone's life. And so it's so interesting watching comedians who grew up in that. Because in that world, you get comics who it's like their second or third show ever. They filmed it and put it on YouTube. That's frightening to me. Your second or third set ever is already taped it on you, and they just produce. They produce the bumps along the way. Like when you see some of these clips that got no laughs, you're like, is this person crazy? Why would they upload this?
At least add some laughs and put a laugh track in there. Do something.
I mean, that's against the rules of of our league, but
hey, I want to do that before I put up a clip of no one laughing. Like that's.
I'd rather do porno, honestly. It's just gonna do something else.
Yo, I can't play football. I can't read. I can't do porno because I got a small member, so I ain't do none of that.
Shit. No, that's a category. I found it.
I don't want that. I don't want that category.
Nobody want to be that kind of. Nobody want to be a little dick model, huh? Nobody want to be the little dick model.
I mean, how much is it paying now? I'm gonna
How would
circle
you
back.
wear that with pride, bro?
Oh,
There's no
man,
way.
it don't pay a bunch, but it pay enough to make you go, I'll do it again.
I'm gonna stick to my day job.
All right.
Yo, so how much did it change your comedy from like pre-pandemic to after the pandemic?
Pre-pandemic, I could tell you that I truly believe that I was on this insane run where things were like changing in my life really quickly. I was doing really cool things. I had just filmed, I just recorded a special called The Henessy Williams Experience, which was like something I'd been working on for about a year. It's original music with the stand-up comedy. I sing, and it's all together in one piece. And I was really proud of it. And I was like so excited about doing a tour of it. And then the pandemic happened. I did the show at the Miami Improv in November. The pandemic was basically March. That's when I was already starting to like build things out and contact different venues and start getting things lined up. And then boom, it was over.
Shit.
All those venues, all those talks just went away.
Dude, what was the emotions going on in your head at that point?
It was a lot because the run in November was to test it to see if it's good enough to go on the road, and it was. And so it was about building that out. I was looking at the last 6 months of the following year of going hard. And so to see that happen, it was crazy. And then on top of that, I did stand up every week from the moment I started until COVID hit. And then I didn't do stand up for about 2 months, almost 2 months.
That's not too bad considering.
That's not too bad. Listen, I had to lie to myself a lot about how much danger I'm putting myself in to go do stand-up early.
Yeah,
because I talked to my friends in New York, my friends in LA, a year. A lot of them a whole year. Wow. Some of them more than a year.
We were in Florida though. We were open.
Yeah, Florida was open after 2 weeks. They treat that shit like a hurricane that won't stop. They're like, all right, open it back up. It's just, come on. It's going to go. It's some wind.
Yo, Tito's in Texas. It was the same thing over there. They were pretty chill.
Yeah. Texas was like, you've had a failed power grid. Come on, get to work. Yeah. That's it. The grid's down.
This ain't nothing.
Yo, I came to Texas during the pandemic. I seen Tito during the pandemic.
Yeah, man. Like the states that are really used to natural disasters that like affect people for weeks and weeks and months, we're the ones who were like itching to get back out there because we don't know what to do with just sit. Because I knew people who were completely aware of the COVID realities and how dangerous that virus was. And like, I know people who lost people, but even they were like, the Florida in me needs to get out, to go outside. I need to go do something. The idea of just sitting in your house is so weird. And so the comics, bringing it all back around, all the comics that leaned into one, producing content at home for cheap, and then two, producing content once the moment they started doing stand-up again, a lot of them took off, man. A lot of people's lives changed. Now, they wasn't good, some of them. So people came out and saw the shows and was like, ugh. Yeah. and we haven't heard from them since. But that's what happened. They did take off.
They were good on those clips. Those clips, they were killing it.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Them clips went crazy. I'm sorry?
No, like that's how it starts. The clips start going around and everybody starts, that's how you get viral.
Absolutely, man. I know someone is doing well when a mutual friend or someone who I know they don't know sends me their stuff.
Nice.
You know what that's like as a comic when you get a reel from somebody of a person you know. They're like, isn't this funny? And you're like, I know you don't know who this is and you just found it. Yeah. That person's killing it with their algorithm and how the algorithm rewards and produces or shows off their content. Because the fact that like it made its way back to me. So that was happening a lot during COVID. I was watching people, they stuff going crazy.
You do watch Kill Tony at all?
I do not. I have seen some of it. I have seen when my friends have done it. And I know that people have done well. Most recently, a guy named Chris Cilio real cool with from Miami. He got a golden ticket. That's the most recent person I know who's had an interaction with Kill Tony. And I'm friends with some of the guys from Kill Tony, the Cam Patterson, Will Montgomery. Those are the two guys I really know well, especially Will Montgomery. And I know some other people, but that whole sphere is so different to me. And so that's why I kind of like know people in it, and I also don't. Just because it's just one of those things, man.
You're talking about like when someone sends you somebody, there's a local comedian down here, Yang. She just got a golden ticket like a month and a half ago or something like that. But she was out here with us in Tampa, like maybe like 2 months before that. I was on a show with her. She got that golden ticket. She moved there, and like she's just blowing up now. She's doing shows all over the place. It's like, it's crazy to see someone you just know and their whole life just literally changed in like a second.
Absolutely. People's lives are forever changed. I joke around with the fact that like Cam Patterson's life is fundamentally different.
From
here on out. Will Montgomery, his life is fundamentally different. And it happens in so many different ways. There's different things that can happen in your life. It's not just the Kill Tonys, but there's other things. You could get a movie role. You could get like things can happen that one day everything is different. You woke up and your phone was smoking. People were like, yo, they're talking about you all over the place. And all of a sudden, someone has your phone number who you never thought it would be, and it's an agency. Because people, you ever had that conversation with people and they're like, yeah, you have an agent? And you're like, it's very complicated to explain why the answer is what it is.
I'm only 2 years in. I ain't talking about an agent right now.
All right, perfect. So I've had these conversations with people. And so now I realize like, yeah, one day it's just about getting hot for the most part. Like one day you're hot enough that people realize they have access to you, or they have a way of getting a hold of you, and you find out it's all very much the same. It's just worth more money. Stakes are higher. The people's names are different, but all of the things start to kind of calibrate and kind of look like the same. That's what I realize is there's levels to it, but you realize the levels are just the same.
Well, speaking of like Kill Tony and all that, what is like your dream venue?
My dream venue?
Yeah.
Is, I hope it's still around. I'm going to say the Kravis Center in Florida, after I've already headlined everything else around the world. Like that, like the Comedy Stores and the Comedy Cellars and all that. Like once I've all that stuff, I've done theaters, I've done arenas. Like if there was a place, I would be like, oh, it's so sick that I'm doing it. It would be the Kravis Center in Palm Beach, Florida, because I'm a kid who was from Boynton Beach, Florida. And so that little venue signified the utmost levels of professionalism, even though I know big picture it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those things.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, it matters to me personally. Like I'm one of those people, I've had such a dope life that like what matters to me now is so different than what people would think. Like, yeah, the Comedy Store is dope. Yeah, the Comedy Cell is dope. But like, no, to headline this venue after all these other things is dope.
Well, why did you say if it's still there? It's like a chance it could close, or
it's just real estate. This is Florida. They don't care about anything. They don't close.
Yeah.
Florida will rip a cemetery out of the ground and put in a public pool or a casino. They will rip it out of the ground.
Dude, the growth over the last like 5 years just in my town, it's just, I don't know. They just keep building apartments and houses everywhere. I'm like, where are we fitting these people? Like the roads are just disgusting. It's terrible. I'm legit ready to move out of Florida. It's so damn congested now.
And the worst part is you're paying prices for cities with better people. You're paying the same prices as some of these cities that have better people in them. And you're doing it here, man. It's rough. It's rough. I think it's a real estate scam. I'm sorry. I'm one of those guys where I'm like, they're just making it so that they can take the losses on their books and they don't have to pay the taxes on them, and they get to send the money. It's all money stuff. That's why they have these high ass apartments that are empty. Yeah. That's the big old secret. These places are empty around the country. These expensive places, and people are just trying to figure it out. But That's a whole nother podcast, I guess.
Yeah, that's a rough one. So
Yeah.
that's your spot you want to do. What was like the weirdest or craziest place you ever had to perform at?
Weirdest or craziest place I ever had to perform. Man. Where I'm like, because to me, weird means unconventional and probably shouldn't happen.
I got one for you. I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
A ladies' boutique store.
Ladies' boutiques. So boutique what?
Boutique clothing store. Like
Like clothing. Okay.
they just had a setup in that place, and there was a whole bunch of ladies there, and it actually went great. But at first,
All
when
right.
like the comics got there, we were like, "What the hell are we doing right now?"
Speaking of ladies, strip club?
Shit!
Yeah. I mean, that's the super common. To me, I've done strip club comedy shows
No shit.
on so many. Like, I've got more than 4, maybe more than 5 under my belt personally, and over my career of performing in a bona fide, real deal strip club.
Wow. Are they paying attention to you or the ladies dancing? What's happening right now?
I've been fortunate enough that in the years that I performed stand-up comedy, they managed to figure out how to separate us.
All right.
Because we cannot compete with tits. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you think you're talking about. Can't compete with ass and tits. Very difficult.
No.
That's crazy. That's wild. I didn't know people did it at a strip club.
Yeah, man. It's really fun when you do it, you do well, and then you hop over and you take the money you made and you go spend it. And you just
let me get steak and fries. I get the lap dancing a little bit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let me get some wings. I was never a food in the strip club guy, and then I got fatter, and I was like, all right. So then I decided
the strip club is
to try it,
bro. Because like sometimes like you get a nice steak, bro.
Yeah, you do hear that.
I've been in the ones that are like a steakhouse. I had a buddy. It stays with me to this day because it was insane. Eating pasta. Oh. I was like, all right.
Slurping the spaghetti up.
Yeah, he's eating spaghetti. Like, I'm like, dude, this is a strip club and you're eating spaghetti. That's like wings, fries, finger food, pizza. This dude's eating spaghetti.
Something about Parmesan cheese and strip clubs just don't go together, man.
Imagine that, dude.
There's enough
Imagine all
weirdos
that white cream. You in a strip club.
Yo, some of the strippers got like hot sauce on them because like dudes are touching their ass as they're walking by after they eat wings.
Let me get that for you. That's crazy.
Where's the health department when you meet them?
I used to be scared the chef was naked, and then I met somebody who told me the cooks have to wear clothes. And I was like, all right. So I ate.
Damn. That's crazy. Huh. Yeah. I might actually try to hit one of the strip clubs up, see if I can do a show, because then that's just an excuse I can tell my girlfriend, like, nah, I'm just going to perform, babe, but I'm not going to the strip club to look at anything.
I feel bad for everyone with a partner who's like, no strip club, no pornography, because I'm like, that sucks. because it sounds like you guys you have to jack off to your person, and that's cool, I guess. But that's
while she's sleeping, or like just memory. What's happening?
It makes me feel like I'm 13 when I'm jacking off to the person I'm already sleeping with. Like I just met you and I'm 12. Like, that's the energy. For me to be jacking off to the person I'm already with.
All right. Does this make any sense? When I do watch porno, like I always watch like the porn I'm watching, the girl that's in there, it's gonna look similar to the girl I'm with. Like for some reason, I like that. Does that make sense or no?
That makes sense as far as I refuse to ever kind of look like I'm cheating. So,
man, I didn't think about that. That's good. I'm gonna use that. I'm writing that down on my phone right now.
I don't know how she gonna feel about you looking for people that look like her, but
he's at work. What she want me to do? Like,
yeah, maybe that's one of the things you ain't gotta say. We don't have to. That's one of the things I've learned in life is I ain't gotta tell everybody everything. Because I wake up and I start telling you everything.
That is true. That is true. Hey, man, well, I just want to say, man, let's go ahead. Let's try to wrap this up, man. I hate to say that, but man, dude, it has been awesome talking to you. I appreciate you coming and spending time with us, man. Dude, really, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you so much, bro.
I appreciate you having me, man. This was an enjoyable moment for me. This was super fun. I get to smoke my little herb now, and I get to do it under these lights. So thank y'all. But this was so fun. I appreciate you. Thank you both for having me. And if you don't mind, I'd love to plug that comedy special one more time.
Everything, bro. Go ahead, plug everything.
Please, everybody, go watch Selfish on YouTube. It's my comedy special. It's my debut comedy special that you can find that is out there and publicly accessible. So please watch that. I got future things in the works that will be a Henessy Williams experience too. I've decided, yes, there will be new music and all this stuff for the people who didn't see it in person. I promise you it's going to be amazing. Find everything I'm talking about at HennessyWilliams.com, though. HennessyWilliams.com, my socials, everything, including a link to my special, everything is there. HennessyWilliams.com. Let's get this man famous. Me.
Yes.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, when you get famous, just don't forget about That's Wild. That's all I'm saying.
No, I won't. I'll try, but I won't. This was too fun, man. Nah, for real. Thank y'all, man. For real. Thank y'all.
Appreciate you, dude. Have a great night.
Have a great night yourselves.
Hey, That's Why podcast went live. We did our thing. Appreciate Henessy Williams coming through. Thank you.
That's wild. Where we go live. We on high. No leash.